It is the 25th of March 2014. Many thanks for joining us on Ebru African News this afternoon. I'm KAMENE GORO, and we start off our bulletin in East Africa, where over 100 people were killed yesterday after a boat capsized in a lake along the border of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, local fishermen and nearby passenger boats helped to pull some survivors out of the water.
The boat, which was carrying mostly Congolese refugees, was overloaded. Police reports indicate that this is a common factor in similar tragedies in the East African country.
Reliable information which we got from refugees who said that there were about 250 in the boat. Now, if you do your math, you find that we have recovered close to 130 refugees, both who survived, 41 and 98 who we found the bodies. So there's a likelihood that there are more bodies which have not been recovered.
The Albertine Rift region of Uganda is home to thousands of Congolese refugees who have fled conflict in their home country over the years, particularly in Democratic Republic of Congo's eastern region, which has been plagued by violence involving various rebel groups. According to the rescue officials, there is need to communicate with the refugees to advise them when it is safe to return to their country and the best routes to use.
We have to enhance our information campaigns in the settlements. We have to do that. We have to tell the refugees when it's safe to return. We have to tell refugees which routes are best to follow. And, so that's a lesson learned. We are doing it, but maybe we need to be more vigorous in informing them, look, overloading of the boats and using routes which are not official.
Police say they estimate about 150 people were on the boat. Lake Albert is about 100 miles long. The boat began its journey at the northern end of the lake and was heading south to a landing site on the Ugandan shoreline before capsizing around mid-morning.
Still in Africa, aid workers and health officials are working hard to contain West Africa's first outbreak of the deadly Ebola virus, as tests on suspected cases in Conakry confirmed fears that it had spread to the Guinean capital.
Scientists tackling an outbreak of Ebola in Guinea believe they have identified the virus as the Zaire strain, the most lethal of all that raises the already high level of concern. Lyon-based Institute pastor said preliminary sequencing of a portion of the virus is compatible with the Zaire species. Officials, however, say tests on the suspected cases of deadly Ebola virus in Guinea's capital Conakry are negative. At least 59 people have died after contracting a mystery illness in southeastern Guinea since early February. 6 cases have been confirmed as Ebola, as hemorrhagic fever with a fatality rate of as high as 90%. The government sent SMS messages to Guineans calling for calm and detailing precautions people could take against Ebola. Over the weekend, officials dispatched specialized medical equipment, imposed restrictions on funerals, and sought to contain panic to prevent Ebola from spreading.
The Health Ministry, in collaboration with its partners, has taken the following measures. All sick people are given free treatment in isolation centers. Information is given out to the population about hygiene measures to be implemented on an individual and collective level. The disposal of the bodies of the people who have died will be exclusively handled by the Guinea Red Cross to limit any contamination.
Medical charity Medicines Sans Frontières said researchers are trying to find the source of the virus and understand how the Zaire strain reached Guinea from Sudan, Congo and Uganda, where there are frequent outbreaks.
Baby Satrin Asinya, who survived the weekend terrorist attack in a Kenyan church, has been airlifted to the capital, Nairobi, for specialized treatment. Now, Baby Satrin still has a bullet lodged dangerously in his head, and doctors will attempt to surgically remove it. Satrin's mother was killed as she tried to protect her baby, who was rescued by his 13-year-old brother. Now, 8 more victims are still receiving treatment as the government cracks down on those believed to be behind the attack. At least 59 people have also been arrested in an operation that followed the attack. No group has claimed responsibility. Authorities in the U.S. state of Washington have found 6 more bodies after Saturday's huge landslide, bringing the number known to have been killed to 14. Officials now say as many as 176 people may remain unaccounted for after the wall of mud hit near the town of Oso, north of Seattle.
Search crews have worked day and night using helicopters and laser imaging as they try to find survivors. With the help of family members and volunteers who are using chainsaws and their bare hands to shift the wreckage and trying to find those who are missing. Although authorities no longer expect to find any survivors in the debris. Snohomish County Emergency Management Chief John Pennington said he did not think the final death toll would be so high because some of those listed as unaccounted for would be found alive and other names would prove to be duplicates.
To date, there are 108 reports of names of individuals who are either unaccounted for or missing. I want to stop at that point and clarify that these are 108 reports.
President Barack Obama has declared an emergency in Washington state and ordered federal authorities to coordinate the disaster relief efforts.
The search for the wreckage of the missing Malaysian jetliner has been suspended due to bad weather and rough seas. Now, this comes after officials confirmed that the plane had crashed in the remote Indian Ocean and that all 239 people have died.
Planes lie idle in this airbase in Western Australia as the search for any wreckage of the missing Malaysia Airlines jetliner is suspended because of bad weather. High winds and rain meant these search aircraft could not fly safely to the zone where several floating objects have been spotted that might belong to the jet. Officials are now sure flight MH370, which disappeared on March the 8th, crashed in the remote Indian Ocean off Australia. They've based their conclusions on new satellite analysis by the British company Inmarsat. Newspapers in Malaysia, Australia and China paid tribute to the 239 people on board, who are now believed to have died. 2/3 of the passengers on the Beijing-bound jet were Chinese. Relatives have voiced grief, anger and disbelief.
Please don't come to a conclusion saying that the flight had crashed and that no one had survived based solely on the signs mentioned in the announcement. There must be more and firmer evidence to prove it.
China has demanded to see the satellite data on which the conclusion was based.
China has already demanded that Malaysia further provide all the information and proof to use to reach this conclusion. China's search efforts are still ongoing. We hope that the search efforts by Malaysia and other countries will continue.
Reasons why the flight deviated so far off course remain a mystery. But family and loved ones of the passengers on board won't rest until they have some answers.
Several G8 members have called for Russia's membership of the powerful body to be suspended after Crimea's annexation from Ukraine. Now, this came up as the G8 leaders attended a nuclear cooperation summit in The Hague, to which Russian President Vladimir Putin was not invited.
As leaders from the Group of 7 gather in the Netherlands, talks are expected to turn to Russia and the future of the G8. German Chancellor Angela Merkel says there really is no G8 at the moment.
As long as the political climate for G8 isn't available, as is the case at the moment, there is no G8, either as a summit, a tangible summit, or as a format. And that will surely be part of our discussions at the G7 meeting today, because we have to understand that the political climate is not there at the moment.
British Prime Minister David Cameron also weighed in.
Well, we should be clear, there's not going to be a G8 summit. We'll be meeting tonight the 7 other countries of the G8 to determine the way forward, but frankly, it is Russia that needs to change course.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is sending no such signals as he attends an awards ceremony in Moscow. After Russia claimed Crimea, the U.S. and EU imposed visa bans and asset freezes on some of Putin's closest political and business allies. But so far, they've held back from measures designed to hit Russia's wider economy.
Oscar Pistorius' girlfriend Riva Steenkamp told the athlete that she was sometimes scared of him in a text message sent lesser than 3 weeks before he shot her dead. Now, as the trial entered its 4th week, police cell phone expert Francois Moller read out several exchanges between the couple.
Captain Francos Moller, testifying in the case against Oscar Pistorius, had been able to extract some 35,000 pages worth of messages from Steenkamp's phone. He told the court on Monday that 90% of the messages between the couple were loving, but he had picked out exceptions. One of the messages was sent after the couple had a row when he accused her of flirting with another man weeks before she was shot.
I'm scared of you sometimes and how you snap at me and of how you will react to me. You make me happy 90% of the time, and I think we are amazing together.
Police downloaded call records and data from 2 iPhones, 2 Blackberries and 2 iPads found at Pistorius' home after he shot dead the 29-year-old model on February 14 last year. The outlet denies the premeditated murder charge, saying the couple was in a loving relationship and that he fired 4 shots through a locked toilet door after he mistook Steenkamp for an intruder. The trial will extend weeks longer than expected, with a long list of prosecution and defense witnesses yet to take the stand.
After eyewitnesses gave their testimonies, the trial of the 3 Al Jazeera English staff jailed in Egypt on charges of spreading false news and belonging to a terrorist group has been adjourned until March 31st.
The Qatar-based television network's journalist Peter Grest, an Australian, Mohamed Fahmy, a Canadian-Egyptian national, and Baha Mohammed, an Egyptian, were detained in Cairo on December 29th. All 3 have denied the charges, with Al Jazeera saying the accusations were absurd. The charge of aiding a terrorist organization is an apparent reference to the Muslim Brotherhood, which has been protesting against the government since the army toppled President Mohamed Morsi on July 3rd following mass protests.
Today's proceedings show that it seems like all the witnesses have some amnesia or something, Alzheimer's. There's a lot of discrepancies in the documents and what they are saying themselves. And the prosecutor has a lot to answer for allowing the 4 engineers in the Maspiro State TV to have exactly the same copy-paste testimony that they have seen our videos.
The journalists have asked for release on bail, however they were denied by the judge. Fahmy's brother Adel denounced the lack of evidence presentation by the prosecution and was unhappy about the proceedings.
What we were promised last session, unfortunately today, was not fulfilled. There was supposed to be the presentation of evidence in the hearing, but this did not occur. All what happened today was witness testimonies. All questions were concerning who owns the equipment and who from the defendants is responsible for them.
Speaking outside the court, Mike Grest, the brother of the award-winning Peter Grest, felt that the hearing was promising.
It was a tremendous success in the fact that, I think it was proven once again that the prosecution case holds very little water. There's nothing of any real substance in their evidence, and a very small victory in the fact that the judge held over the next hearing date for just 1 more week as opposed to a normal 3. So we have to take some confidence from that they're trying to press the case forward.
Meanwhile, Egypt's interim president has said Al Jazeera English's journalist Mohamed Fahmy will be given the best treatment possible for a fractured upper arm he suffered more than 3 months ago after being denied medical treatment while in custody. Fahmy's family received a letter from Adli Mansour on Sunday in response to their pleas to help Fahmy, saying he had instructed the Interior Minister to follow up on Fahmy's medical condition and provide the best treatment possible. Egyptian officials have said the case is not linked to freedom of expression and that the journalist raised suspicions by operating without proper accreditation and by using unlicensed broadcasting equipment.
That story wraps up our bulletin for you this afternoon. Join me at 9 p.m. for our primetime bulletin and a more in-depth analytical look at what's transpired in our world today. Many thanks for staying tuned to Ebru Africa TV, and a special thanks to our new viewers all over Kenya. I'm KAMENE, GORO, and until 9 p.m., do have yourself a splendid afternoon.
Newline Limited, your one-stop shop for elegant and comfortable office furniture. Newline responds to your expectations for office furniture in a modern language. We offer a 5-year warranty period including unit transfers within Nairobi. For more information, visit our showroom at Chester House, Lotus Street, Nairobi. Newline Limited, your success partner.
Floma, professional makeup.
Does your exterior complement your interior? Everyone needs a home that is inspired by nature. At Yenbo Limited, we offer durable, energy-efficient and affordable UPVC windows in attractive colors. Visit us at Wall Street Business Park off Mombasa Road. Yenbo UPVC windows, your desire, our challenge.
Newline Limited, we offer current, stylish, state-of-the-art kitchen and wardrobe appliances tailored to suit your preference. We offer unit transfers within Nairobi. Let your kitchen stand out today by visiting us at Chester House, Lotus Street. Your comfort and satisfaction comes first.
Floma, professional makeup.